The tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. I am the spark, the powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. I am the fire in the midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. I am the flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the Minuteman, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne, hear my drum, you know it's near, your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit, every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776.
Hello, happy Frisky Friday. Bring everybody on here. You guys know Sean's not here today, so bring on Mark. And there's George. I just brought you on, George. What'd you have up?
I ain't telling you.
Yeah, I couldn't read it. You flashed it too fast. And we got somebody from Rob Carson's show that we rated them or something, so they're in here too. So hello, Tom. Thank you for joining us. I don't know, you might not want to stick around after you see what we do. Especially on Fridays. You never know. You never know.
Morning,
You starting
George.
out already, George?
Morning.
Hey, we want to say congratulations to Greg and Tigger. They're going to be great grandparents now too.
Hey, welcome.
Hey,
how many
Greg.
is that? How many is that?
I think that's
I
the
haven't
first.
seen him in the chat yet. They
He's
might not
there.
be here
I
yet.
just
Oh.
seen him. He's up there under red.
How many? How many?
I don't know how many. It might be the first grade. I think. I'm not sure.
They got plenty. I got 10 of them. That's
No,
what I get.
great grandkids. I got one.
Great.
Great
No, I ain't got one of them yet.
Yeah, I do.
I'm starting to practice dementia because I got 10 grandkids. I try to forget their names so I don't have to give them anything.
See, I beat you on that one, George. I finally got one up on you.
Wait, what do you mean we got one of them?
I got one great grandkid.
Oh my God, you're that old? Oh,
I know.
oh my
Hey,
God.
Trixie, I know
great.
you're going to start with a prayer probably pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'd like to just say something real quick just before the prayer. I think it's appropriate timing. And I know a lot of our great Patriot family were saying a lot of prayers for my mother-in-law. I appreciate that. And I don't, we're a pretty private family, so we don't talk a lot about things. But I just want to let you know that after all those flood of prayers came in, Sally has made a miraculous improvement. She is a lot better right now. She's in a lot less pain. She seems
Cool.
pretty happy. So I just want to throw that out there, and don't underestimate the power of prayer.
Yep.
And thanks everybody for your prayers.
Give Sally a
Um,
big kiss from all of us.
Yeah, see, prayer does make a difference, especially when you got so many people all at one time doing it. There's that energy goes somewhere, and God hears you. I know that. He heard
Yep.
me on a lot of things.
So I just wanted to say thank you before Trixie kicks us off with our prayer in the morning. Not that you're going to do it right now. I just wanted to sneak that in first.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. This kind of fits in then too. So I'm in a mood today, so you guys are gonna have to put up with me.
No.
So, Lord God, help us today to declare your name by doing the right thing. May we not be afraid or doubt your power. Increase our faith, hope, and love, especially in moments of difficulties and uncertainty. Amen.
Amen.
So, I don't know where you guys want to start out.
Oh, come on, George.
You're gonna do that all day. I got something special for that. You want to see it?
Yeah, again. Oh, thank you.
Oh, dear boy.
And there's number one. Your feelings are hurt. I'm so sorry. I'm so
You
sorry.
didn't see it. You liar. I thought you didn't see it, you liar.
I just saw it now. You just put it up. You just put it up. So we were talking about was it yesterday? Oh my God, we talked about so much stuff yesterday. But one things we were talking about was Minneapolis and everything. And what's really strange is you would think Chicago would be getting a lot of this trouble and everything too, because with the protesters and against ICE, especially with all the gangs and everything there, you would think so. But here's something really interesting I came across. I'm sure probably some of you have already seen it, but I think it explains about Chicago really good.
Let me make this clear. Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing? It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force. And they can use deadly force in response to stop you. We need to be clear about these laws. We cannot become a society where we just decide to take everything in our own hands and start to commit crimes against law enforcement. It is a crime. You may not like what they're doing. I can understand that there's a lot of emotions out there, but that does not mean that you get to commit a crime, especially one that could lead to deadly force. We need to keep everyone safe. Our responsibilities when it comes to federal agents, and I've been asked these questions, we do not interfere with the duties and responsibilities of federal agents.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah, I don't feel like he's going to have much of a career in Chicago politics after he gets out.
Was he white by any
But
chance? I was just curious.
Nobody identifies as white when he said that one. Yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
I don't know. I thought he was.
I heard a comedian over the week. What do you call a couple of days like the other day, and he was an Italian guy. He says, we weren't white until after the 40s. The Italians.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of discrimination. I just thought this guy. It's about time that they finally put somebody up that actually, has some common sense.
Well, Al Sharpton, he'll say something about that. Oh, he's a black white privilege, or Uncle Tom. They'll call them all out.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised BLM hasn't said a word, too. But
Bureau
I
of
think,
Land Management.
yeah. No, BLM though. I think they're underfunded now because they can't grift anymore. So
Listen,
there's no
when I
money.
was driving the other day going to see Scott Presley. This is for people that want to do the New Year's resolution about losing weight. I found this restaurant. It's pretty good. You want to put that up?
Oh, jeez.
The only thing I couldn't understand, there were no cars there. So
I never diet, so I don't care.
I'm just saying for kids. That was
I'll
funny,
eat
right?
everything.
Oh,
Except
my God,
sushi.
no sense of humor.
Yeah, I have a sense of humor.
Right.
You obviously.
I diet every day between the time I wake up
Yeah, seafood.
and about 7 at night, and then forget it. I'm done.
Yeah, seafood diet.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I see it, I eat it.
So here's Trump's major plan. It's going to be the new map of America, of the Americas. Look at it. Yeah.
Well, it's funny, but it's almost not funny if you believe in the New World Order, because then that would be the North American Union.
Yeah, actually, a lot of that land I don't want. We'll take Alberta and Greenland, but you
I
can
like
have the rest.
I like the concept though.
No,
But-
concept good. Yeah.
Yes, the concept is very good.
It was a nice idea for the artist. You just said the way they
Yeah,
put
yeah.
the flag and stuff. It's
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
as you noticed that the elected president of Venezuela was at the White House and gave Trump the well, she had it all framed and everything about the Nobel Peace Prize. But he's
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
put it- he's not going to put it in power because thanks to our Senate that did not agree with the Powers Act to send troops there in Venezuela. There's people there with Maduro's leftovers that are threatening people with machine guns and stuff like that. So that's why he put the vice president of Maduro there in charge until he could do what he's got to do there. I mean, all the oil companies are going down there, but they're going to have their own protective forces. They have those
Mercenaries.
that they hire. Most of them are Delta Force, retired Delta Force and stuff like that. They pay them well.
Yep. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you're talking about that though too. They said that they hired Blackwater and another one that starts with the C to help out in Minneapolis too, or actually Minnesota. But when
Oh, I
you
would love to see Blackwater go to Minneapolis. That'd be great.
they said they're there. I've seen quite a few people saying they're there. But what's really interesting, we were talking about those protests and everything. When they busted that one big box out, you're saying, and they took the machine gun and all this other kind of shit. It's like these people are playing with.
Yeah, but the whole thing is there was a lot of information of all the ICE agents in there about where they lived and everything else,
Mm-hmm.
and they were reading them online. So I mean that was bad, and I think what's going to happen, the Insurrection Act is going to be done. Believe it or not, I think that's going to happen.
I think it's going to happen this weekend. Remember, you and I were talking last night, and I was saying that come this weekend, so many people booze it up and everything. You get big balls when you do that sometimes, and I think that's when there's going to be some trouble.
Yeah, it's called beer balls.
Beer balls.
Yeah, I hope so. Hey, FL for Trump is saying that it is freezing in Florida this
Yes,
morning.
it's 29 degrees.
What is it? Down to 50? Yeah, 49.
No,
or something?
29.
29. All right.
Oh, your voice even went up with 29. It went 29.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
so right
I
now,
went outside. You got me
yesterday,
tracked.
yesterday here in the thumb of
Yeah.
Michigan, I think we got to about a high of 12, but this morning we have a warm spell. It's I think it's 14 out there and it's snowing. I'm looking out the window right now. It's 14 degrees and snowing. So Greg, enjoy your Florida.
You know, you did your mitten
Yeah.
thing because I do that because I'm from Michigan too. But see,
Yeah,
I lived all the way up here.
yeah, up around Traverse City.
Yeah, way
Yeah,
way up.
yeah.
But not no more. Not no more. There's too much
Does
snow.
anybody want to know
No,
about what
we're
the
right
inspection
about here.
Isn't that funny how people from Michigan do that? Oh, I live here or there.
Well, that's the thumb of Michigan. That's why I said it. But
Yeah.
yeah, nice and cool up here. Hey, I also wanted to just point out Cindy, CNC Clower. Is she? Yeah, there she is. Look at this shirt that Cindy sent me. I think that was very, very cool.
Oh, cool.
Showing my fat part here. Yeah.
Very nice.
Right. So thank you very much, Cindy. And she sent some cool flags and some other stuff. That was really nice of her. She should not have done it, but I do appreciate that.
Hey, you
Does
you
anyone-
guys all hate Chuck Schumer, don't you? You hate Chuck Schumer?
Uncle Chuck, what's wrong with Uncle Chuck?
Watch this. I love this. This is so funny.
Chuck Schumer's wife. Oh, Chuck Schumer's wife. Did you ever see such a lady in your entire life? So beautiful and ladylike, her looks could rival old Big Mike. Did you ever see such a specimen as Chuck Schumer's wife? Now I know you got something you want to say, but keep it to yourself, cause that's just your imagination, and this woman is top shelf. Chuck Schumer's wife. Oh, Chuck Schumer's wife. Did you ever see such a lady in your entire life?
Yes, and she is a guy.
Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a guy.
Yeah. I'll just that's yeah. Although I did see she
That's
had
why he
some
couldn't
bumps
cook-
on her. when
That's
they
why
had-
he couldn't cook a burger. He was
Yeah.
cooking.
yeah, yeah, putting cheese on the uncooked burger, yeah, on a frozen burger patty.
I like that when they get a
Really.
chance. I like to read the Insurrection Act, what it's about.
Well, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I could get the explanation. I don't want to hold. I don't want to hold a sign up every time.
Unnecessary political.
Anyway,
Oh, boy.
the Insurrection Act authorizes the president to deploy military forces inside the United States to suppress rebellion and domestic violence, or to enforce the law to certain situations. The statute implements Congress authority under the Constitution to provide for calling forth the militia, put it that way, to execute the law of the Union, suppress insurrection, rebel, invasion. It is the primary exception to pose this act, under which federal military forces are generally barred from participating in civil law enforcement activities. This means that the president, he doesn't even need the Insurrection Act is in play already, because he did that executive order when he was in his first term, which Biden didn't know that he had that. For some reason, I was very surprised that Democrats didn't read all the implementation of the executive orders that Trump had done in his first term of office, which there's a lot of them. So this one here, he doesn't need permission from Congress.
No, not at all.
Yep.
But also George Papa Bear, and I agree with them, is saying, why has the Insurrection Act not been implemented already? What the hell happened to Trump?
Because
And-
they're worried about the elections. That's what it is.
Yeah, but it's that he needs to take the gloves off. You can't wait until
No,
after
it's not
November.
him. It's the people in his ear.
Yeah, I know. And they're a bunch of assholes. They're a bunch of idiots. And President Trump needs to learn it's time. It's the same thing with the way he's kissing these Republican establishment loser rhinos asses. He's kissing their asses. He needs to come to us. He needs to come to you and me and the Patriots, the American people, and say, you know what, John Thune and Howdy Doody, Mike Johnson, they're tapping us along, but they're doing everything they can to try to impede my presidency and to try to stop me from carrying out the will of the people.
Well,
I need you. I need you to call them. I need you to go to them, just like Ronald Reagan did. And if he would do that, we would rally to his side. Anyway, like I say, since I know President Trump watches us on a regular basis, Mr. President, I'm asking you, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Just go kick some ass, and we got your back. Anyway,
I think he is, because he said it. He mentioned it, he said it, and he's
I
going
hope
to implement it.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about the remember the left always saying the erection act. The erection act is for the right, because that's what will happen to the men on the right when he finally invokes it.
Yeah, the testosterone will go right up there, no problem.
Yeah. Well, let's do a little losing your shit. How about that? You guys ready?
I think it's a
What
good
did he
time
bring
for
up
that.
about the rednecks in Florida?
This is good too, because it goes with the Insurrection Act if you follow the theme.
That's it.
Right now, we're entering a new phase of the Trump administration. We call this the finding out stage. This is when all these crying liberals realized they were seeing the nice side of President Trump all these years. Now they get to see his fuck you side. Anyway, buckle up, bitches. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
I've tried to like people, I really have. But then they start talking and breathing and stuff, and I don't like that.
Be my friend. Godfather. Good.
I've come to the realization that maybe if we had just let them eat Tide Pods, we probably wouldn't be in this situation right now.
And so today, I am glad to announce that the Congressional Progressive Caucus has adopted an official position to hold ICE accountable. Our caucus members will oppose all funding for immigration enforcement in any appropriation bills until meaningful reforms are enacted to end militarized policing practices.
That's my favorite videos to watch right now, are the woke white women trying to stop ICE
This guy is
at
good.
the Home Depot parking lot. She's got like her Lululemons on, and she's got like the Starbucks. She's like, how can you do this? How can you separate him from his family? And the ICE guys are like, we're not. We already got them.
Oh, it's good.
Hey guys, it's Tampon Tim. I really don't know what to say. We're pretty much fucked. They caught us. I guess I should have picked Mexicans to do all the Democrat money laundering shit. Somalis are too retarded. Probably because of all the inbreeding, like Ilhan Omar and her brother. Anyway, if you're a Somali retard, please self-deport. ICE agents are not fucking around. They just drove by my house and said, Tim Waltz is a retard. Even my retard son was laughing.
License and registration? Alright, can you get out of the car so I can check your car?
What's that?
Can you get out of the car so I can check your car? Like, can you step out, please? Alright, everything's good. You can go home. Your car's good. You can go home.
Okay, see.
What? No, go home.
See, okay, Bobby, see.
No, go home. No, go home. Ir a pa la casa.
You're like, I'm not
Puedes
resisting,
ir.
man.
A mi casa.
Yes.
Mi casa.
House, yes.
السلام عليكم يا سيدي. السلام ورحمة الله. مرحبا. زوجتي باغا دير الملوخية. هيا هاك يا خويا. شكرا يا سيدي، بارك الله فيك. فين ليلى؟ فين يا مراتي يعني؟ ما نقدر كاع نشوف فيك. ممنوع نشوف فيك. الله يخليك، تصطادك هاد الصباح تنقلب على زوجتي ما شفتوهاش. هي أخرى. لا ماشي. لا هي.
ظن ان مرتك موجودة هون.
That's it.
Yeah, good. There's one out about the dating service. That's even better.
Well, I wonder how much that actually happens when you go out to a crowded market bazaar or everything, and then you all of a sudden reach over and you grab your wife in her hijab and bring her back home, and you get home and you realize it's like, oh shit, that's the wrong one. You're never
Isn't
going to
that
find her
funny?
again. Think about it. You'll never ever find her again.
Do you
because
remember? Do
she
you
just
remember
got
the
drug
march?
off by some other guy.
Do you remember the March of the Wooden Soldiers when
Yeah.
Hardy got dressed up as a woman with the wedding gown on, and she married what's that Huckabees, whatever the hell his name is, the landlord, and pulled the thing back and saw it was him. I think that's the same feeling they get with when they pick their wives out and behind the curtain.
I don't know. I thought that was freaking hilarious. Well, that was a commercial for anti-burqas, actually. I don't know what that was. I came across it and I just thought it was so damn funny. But you guys know I'm warped with my sense of humor.
Yeah, Red Ginger saying that was actually a storyline in a movie.
Really? I don't know what I would. Yeah, I don't know what
Or
movie it was.
at least according to Red. I'm not going to go against her. I might get zapped and knocked right out of chat. I don't let that happen.
I don't know. So, what do you guys think about all the shit going on in Iran right now? George, we were talking before. I'm doing two things.
Oh, you want to
at
put that
once
other
here.
guy up? Hold on.
Well, hang on a second. We were talking. We will in a second, but about Iran and everything. Did you see that the soldiers are actually going to the funerals of protesters and trying to steal the bodies and stuff now too, of when they're trying to bury them and everything? And I came across one clip where the people that were at the funeral actually ran them all off, throwing rocks and stones and everything. I didn't put it up here because it's like all you see is people running and the guards going and everything. But I mean, they're getting really freaking wicked.
Yeah, well, as I understand, Trixie, what they're doing is because for the most part, when they shoot somebody, they instantly grab them, and then they're charging the family a so-called bullet fee of $5,000 to get the body back. They're literally doing that, and they call it a bullet fee, which they actually got that from the Chinese. The Chinese, if you are found guilty in a court of law of a capital offense, they literally walk you right outside the court. They shoot you in the back of the head, and then they send a bill, but it's usually only like 50 cents. It's the actual cost of the bullet. It's a bullet fee. But I guess Iran is doing the same thing, but they're charging a $5,000 bullet fee to get your family's corpse back, your family member's corpse back.
They were reporting too that that they have soldiers that are standing on the streets. So if you walk out of your house, you instantly get shot, and that's how they're trying to keep people off the streets now. I mean, these people, they're just freaking evil.
Well, what's really cool, and I should have sent you a screenshot of this. I was looking at it last night. If you go to FlightAware, that's the one that the flight tracker. It shows all the flights. Go to FlightAware right now and look at Iran. It's empty. There's all the flights. It looks like a school of fish swimming around a pylon or something. They're the only flights over Iran. When I looked last night, there were like 2 or 3, and they were all either Russian or Chinese planes.
Well, the
No
doomsday
Iranian planes, no other, just Russian or Chinese.
the doomsday plane landed in LA a couple days ago and it hasn't really been seen something in like 50 years where it lands somewhere. But that I did see that did
Use a
that.
tracker
But
on it.
I do that. I watch FlightAware and then what's the other one? Flight 24 or something like that, so you can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
current time.
yeah.
Flight radar,
Radar
flight radar.
24, I
Yeah,
think they call
yeah,
it.
that
Yeah,
one.
they're
Yeah, so
both about the same.
you can get a lot of information off of that if you
Yeah.
pay attention. They still don't show all the military planes though, but I don't know. What did you want to say,
But
George? I'm sorry.
are you gonna let George talk?
What about what we were saying about everybody thinks that Russia and America are like enemies. They're more friends than what you think. Put what's his name on?
Yeah, sunglass guy. He's good.
But we've been saying
Dropped an interview with Putin's top advisor, Mr. Kirkorov. Dude's based as fuck. He has some news for everybody. Russia's not retarded, and they're well aware that the war in Ukraine is not a war with Ukraine, but a proxy war with all of Europe and NATO and the US, and Russia's fucking sick of it. Russia says if that bullshit goes on for one more year, they're gonna nuke Germany and the UK. Straight up. He's like, we're fucking done with this shit. We're gonna fucking nuke them. They're a threat to Western society. And it's like, wow, dude, shit's based. He's like, that's what we're fighting, he says. He goes, America just fought off the societal rot and that fucking woke mind virus and the fucking transgenderism and that fucking wackadoodle left bullshit. He's like, we don't want that in our country. And he goes, we're not gonna allow it. The last 150 years, how much evil has sprung out of Europe? He goes, twice. Europe has engulfed the world into a world war. He's like, we were your allies in both of that. That's what we are going to fight, and we're not doing that again. And you're like, that's based as fuck, dude. God damn. Imagine if we had fucking government officials here that were like just that open with the truth. That like, yeah, that shit's a proxy war. You know? No, we're just sending guns and fucking money over there, but that's not a proxy war. That's a fucking proxy war. And Russia's fucking sick of it. They're not gonna fucking take it anymore. And hopefully that is what Tucker was doing in the White House just fucking days before this interview drops, because obviously the interview is pre-recorded, right? Go tell the White House first. I would hope that is why these fucking Iran strikes have been held off. This is not for fucking around anymore. Like, no more with these globalist pedo fucks, dude. Just trying to start shit everywhere. That's what it is. It's this, the banking cartel, the central bank that wants into Russia, and all those other oligarchs that they have fucking kicked out, and fucking George Soros. Like, Russia doesn't put up with that shit. That's what Russia is up against the same people we are trying to kick out of our government right now. That's what's going on here. In case anybody is not really fucking paying attention to what that fucking is. So, hopefully this is a glimmer of hope in an otherwise epic fucking shit show that is known as Earth Episode 2026. Good luck to you all. Long live the Republic.
I love that guy. He swears a lot.
I thought I heard him drop the F-bomb, though. At least once.
That's why I was holding a beep up.
Yeah.
Beep,
beep. I've got a
George,
beeper, but
think
I
you
couldn't
met
keep up.
You met your match there. I mean, that guy
Yeah,
knows
he's
how to, he doesn't just drop F-bombs. He's like carpet bombing them. I mean,
the other one, this is pretty good too with Stalindra there. But this will follow that videotape, what he just said. You can play that. What are you looking at?
It's mineral. If you're watching the mainstream media, they're telling you Trump wants Greenland for its minerals or its military bases, or it's about Russia and China. Well, there are elements to some of that, but there's much, much more. Look at what the foreign policy establishment is actually panicking about. The Atlantic Council, NATO's outpost here in the United States, just published a piece titled Trump's Quest for Greenland Could Be NATO's Darkest Hour. And Bloomberg reported that the United Kingdom and Germany are now discussing deploying NATO forces to Greenland to protect it from the United States. Let that sink in. NATO out to protect a NATO member from the United States. the supposed leader of NATO. Here's what Chatham House is really worried about. The cornerstone of NATO policy, Article 5, which triggers U.S. military support for NATO members. Here's what they say. The U.S., NATO's most powerful country by far, threatening to attack a NATO member state further damages Article 5's credibility. You bet it does. Even more. They continue, and they say, science systems are reshaping daily, and European states might find they need support from other South American or other global South states in the future. And then the folks at Chatham House are very worried about the reports of potential U.S. operation deal on our energy project, and got more in November with the 28-point peace plan, which includes joint Russian-U.S. plans for.
Now just take it off, because I'll tell you exactly what instead of listen to it.
Can we go back to
what she's
when
saying?
you're done? I want to go back to Russia for a minute, though.
Okay, go to Russia.
What I wanted to say about Russia was that there's a lot that goes to go. Remember the soccer ball Putin gave to Trump in the first term? I totally believe there was something in that soccer ball. And what Putin said was that part of what the sunglass guy didn't cover, and he didn't say, was about the pedo issue. So remember when Russia stopped all the adoptions from America of all the Russian kids? It's because he found out that they were getting disappeared into the child trafficking network and everything. What the biggest problem Putin had was what he would call the woke mind virus and the pedo stuff. So there's something super tied into it. So Europe has always been that conglomerate that kind of hangs around together, and we're always on the other side. But there's a reason why Trump and Putin, they might not be friends or anything, but they have a lot of the same values with Christianity as us. They don't want the Muslims in there. And Putin is really strong on keeping that shit out of the country. So he's got a very vested interest, just like we do, in kicking out the pedos and kicking out the New World Order. That's the only point I wanted to make.
Yeah, he protects the churches in Russia. He doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's true about that. But the problem is what Kendrinda's saying, that the whole thing is that they know China, and that's why Trump did what he did with Venezuela first, to cripple the oil exports going out to them. And Russia was using Venezuela to transplant, because there's sanctions against Russia with the oil, right? And they would send the oil to Venezuela, then Venezuela would export it out, because about the sanctions that Russia had.
Mm-hmm.
And China is the only way to get the oil from Venezuela. So they crippled two countries, and 3 countries, also Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's what she's talking about. Yeah, and the next thing is the Iceland, which is very important. That's going to happen. And it's going to be done. He said it's going to be done. He doesn't care what anybody says.
I think you meant Greenland, right?
I mean, Greenland, yeah, sorry.
Hey, well, if I could break in, because this is late, I mean, really late breaking news. I just saw it on my laptop down here. It says, amid the looming...
There you go.
Sorry, I forgot how professional we've gotten. So anyway, amid a looming threat of a U.S. military takeover of Greenland, NATO this morning requested emergency aid from the U.S. to help it defend Greenland from the U.S.
You can't make that shit up. You can't make that shit up. Unbelievable. We're the biggest suppliers of NATO. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, NATO is nothing without the U.S. The U.S. is NATO, and NATO is the U.S. And they know it. All those little punks over in Europe. I mean, honestly, you put all of their militaries together, and I mean, the New York Police Department could fucking whoop their ass. They got nothing. I mean, you know, they are.
This is what Trump said to him. He had a response.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, they're nothing more than a protectorate of the United States of America. And
Yeah.
boy, but they sure do like to feel superior. Well, we're Western Europeans, and oh, we're sophisticated, and Americans are just a bunch of hicks and everything. But yeah, try
Hey,
to defend yourself.
you
Well, he
remember?
said,
Oh,
no,
go ahead,
sorry.
George. I'm sorry. Go ahead, because I was going to switch on something. Go ahead. Choose
No,
your
no,
follow.
but the comedian said that United States, none of the other countries don't have what the United States have, and it's rednecks. He said,
Oh, redneck power, baby. I mean, and do not underestimate the power of redneck.
yep.
And along the lines of what you were saying, George, just yesterday, the U.S. seized the sixth Venezuela or ghost tanker, coming out of Venezuela. And what I love about this is in each and every case, we seize the tanker, we seize all the oil and throw it out on the market, which is going to continue to bring our gas prices down. But we keep the tanker too. I love that. I think that's just really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he's filling up the reserves too. Don't forget that's what Trump's doing with the oil.
Yeah, after the auto pin
Oh,
administration
because
drained
he
it.
did that to bring down the prices down because everybody was complaining about the fuel. But
Yeah.
it's amazing how the fake news media forgets all about that shit.
Yeah. Well, the fake news media, speaking of that, I got something that's kind of funny that goes along with that. You like this? It's about the woke mind virus and the fake news media, sort of.
Figured out how we're going to win the midterms and get rid of a bunch of Democrat voters. I just found out all Democrats are literally retarded. Can you believe this? Their average IQ is under 60. That's really low. What does this mean? It means they'll believe literally anything they hear on MSNBC. They're completely, totally retarded. They voted for Tim Walz, for God's sake. I'm telling you, this will work. Kyle, you gotta hear this one. It's genius. Pure genius. I'm gonna go on MSNBC and totally screw over the Democrats. What the hell are you talking about, fat ass? Listen, Jew, I'm gonna pose as a liberal snowflake who just graduated from the South Park Leering Center. You know, the place where they teach you how to cry about borders? I'll go on air like, fellow Democrats, I've done the legal research. Attacking ICE agents is totally justified under the Constitution. Rise up! What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You're gonna trick people into committing crimes? People could get hurt. How do you sleep at night? Exactly. ICE shoots them or arrests them for felonies. Then they can't vote, Kyle. It's like voter suppression, but funnier. Besides, their whole position is that all crime should be legal. It's not entrapment if they were already gonna do it anyways. That's a terrible idea. There's no way that will ever work, and you're an asshole for even thinking of it. Is it a terrible idea, Kyle, or do you just want open borders? Why do you hate America, Kyle? That's not very cool.
This is MSDNC, or something, with a breaking update on the Minnesota situation.
Oh my God! The news is on, sweetheart! Tell your boyfriend to come watch!
Breaking news! A little boy from the South Park Leering Center says it's legal to assault ICE agents.
As a student of the South Park Leering Center, I am qualified to give legal advice. Democrats can absolutely physically attack federal agents.
Are you sure it's legal? That seems really, really, really illegal.
Of course they can. It's like the law or something. I leered that at the Leering Center. Are you a fucking racist or something? Is that it?
No, I'm not racist. Let them do whatever they want. That's totally fine.
That's good. The Jews write your paychecks, and they're totally not racist. Not against any race ever. Keep that in mind.
Wait, we can just do that?
So who here has a car? Anybody have a car?
Oh, I do! I have a car!
Great! Can we have a little chat off to the side? A little powwow?
Powwow? What do you mean, powwow?
You're not even in this episode! Go hang out with Elizabeth Warren or something!
That's fine! We're already citizens!
You know what would be cool? You should get in your car and drive at them! What are they gonna do? You're a white lesbian! Seriously!
Are you sure that's a good idea? They're arresting an illegal immigrant and I don't know what to do! How do we stop this?
Of course it's a good idea, you stupid bitch! Now get in your car, don't listen to any of their directions, and try to run them over!
Stop arresting that criminal! I have a legal degree from the Minnesota Leering Center!
Stop the fucking car! She's coming right for us! Oh my God! She did it! She actually did it! What a retard! I told you guys they're all retards! Yeah!
Isn't it funny? That's what the mainstream media is doing, though. They're taking everything that isn't even real and they're amplifying it so much they're getting these people all worked up. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, man, that's I'm sorry. Well, South Park's pretty out there sometimes. They're like
I got a picture. I was on my bike and Trump drove by I took the shot. Look at this picture. Tell me he ain't got a great smile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't really appreciate your use of words, George, when you say Trump drove by, so I took the shot. That's
No,
you sound
yeah,
like a Democrat.
I should have. You're right.
It makes you sound like a Democrat, I swear.
Yeah, but the mainstream media is fomenting all of this stuff by everything. It's all the left media and everything. They're doing it. You see the influencers on the left, all of them. They're all going towards that. Oh, George,
Yeah.
you want me to put that up?
No, you can do whatever you want. They this.
All life splatter.
They all have that rundown feeling.
Yeah. You remember
I
when
like
Mark?
that one. I like
Remember
that.
when Mark was gone last week?
Mhm.
Do you remember? I sent him somewhere. Mark,
Yep.
would you like to continue?
Yeah. So some of you in chat know, some don't, but Trixie sent me on a secret mission to go down to Atlanta. We at the Wake Up Patriot Situation Desk learned about this regional job fair. Actually, an HB1 visa lottery and job fair in Atlanta. So Trixie sent me down there, asked me to see if I could go and kind of get in, see what it's all about, how they're handing these visas out, maybe interview some people. You got the unfortunate. So you might have seen Mrs. American Mark there right at the end of the film. That was because we got stopped at the door because I was wearing my Wake Up Patriot shirt from Nashville, and so Marjorie, real quickly, and being thinking on her head, she said, "Well, can I at least just go into that Starbucks? There's a Starbucks just inside the convention center." So she got in there and pretended to be buying some coffee, and I was able to get that undercover film. Now, we're not really sure what it all means. I've handed that over to Trixie, and I think she's given it over to our Wake Up Patriots analysts. And so maybe next week we can report on exactly what all that meant. But that's about all I could get.
Well,
Back to
Rudd's
you,
with
Trixie.
Red Ginger. She's an FBI agent undercover, inconspicuously. So I think she's going to be doing all the investigating on what the
Oh,
hell's
good.
going on over
It's going to be Angels Awareness is asking, was that Mark's assignment? Yes, it was. That was it. I was supposed to go down there and get some interviews and actually try to film the Visa Lotto process, but as I say, they had pretty tough security. They wouldn't let me get in, so that's all I could capture.
Did you see that they're giving the special visas to OnlyFans? People that have accounts on OnlyFans, they're getting those HBO1 ones or something like that. The ones that are like a crucial or whatever you want to say. I'm not sure if I'm using the right terminology, but like crucial to the country. And I was like, so porn is now, crucial to the country. Maybe it's to keep the weirdos on the left occupied. I don't really know, but that's the only thing I could come up with. But you want to talk a little bit about Savannah? Because some people go ahead and take off at 10, even though we're going to be on till 11 today.
Oh, sorry, I was busy reading the chat. Yeah, I would
Pay
love to
attention,
talk
Mike.
about
Pay attention.
Yeah, we do have 2 hours. That's right. Look at this. I brought like a liter of coffee. This coffee cup, actually, we made this. We patterned it after George's arm. See that?
So if you want a George Cup, get a hold of Mark.
Breaking news.
But
Breaking
yeah,
news.
let's do an update on Savannah. So far we do have 30 people that have showed up, and some of the most notable ones. Now these are all people who have already booked their hotel room, registered with me. We're still hoping to get a lot more of you, but just to let you know who's there so far is we do have one American and Mrs. American Mark. We have Pat Carr, the
Oh, Pat's
famous
coming.
Pat Carr. Yep. We have Marine. ML Heath will be there.
Oh,
And
ML.
also Michael Howard Reed, who's kind of new to chat, but you may know him as DTath. DTath is going to be there with us.
Yeah, let me interrupt you for a second. He's bringing some interesting stories with him too
Oh,
about
good. Well,
things that happen. So keep going. Sorry.
we will look forward to that. NRG and her husband are going to come down in their in their, I was going to say Winnebago. I'm sure it's not a Winnebago, but in their RV, and they're going to be staying nearby, but joining us for the festivities. And then we have the world famous Denise 15 is going to be there, and our ever lovable and notorious chatster FL for Trump. So Greg and Debbie will be there with us.
Oh,
Charlene, Angels Awareness, is going to be with us. And fortunately, it would not be a get together, a convention without Deb TX5, Deb 54TX. And then we've got our in-house FBI agent and whistleblower. Red Ginger is going to be there. We're going to have U.S. Navy air crew coming in from Pensacola. Um, one concern I have is I had a name for Sean Lucas. Sean Lucas registered, but he has not gotten a hotel room yet.
He'll
Just
be.
saying.
He will. We'll get on him. He's
That
traveling.
might be a problem. We also have one Trixie and a Born to Ride 45 George Kalila going to be there. Ron Thorpe, Super Trooper One, he's going to be back. He was there. He was the life of the party in Nashville, and he's
cool.
coming to
Yep.
Savannah too. Then we have Marilyn MK Hart is going to be there with her
Okay.
with her lovely husband. And then our wonderful witch of the north, I shouldn't say that, Rion, Sodak Patriot is going to be coming down. Hopefully she'll be able to drag her husband with her too. And then we also have Stacy TX is also there. So with all of them and their various spouses, we have 30 people so far. We still have about 11 rooms left on our discounted the special Wake Up Patriots rates. So if you want to join us, you can see Trixie scrolling the Wake Up Patriots convention at the bottom of the screen there. So looking forward to getting a few more of the Patriots. We already got a all-star cast of characters though, so we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool. Welcome,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, we had a blast last year. It was a lot of fun last year. So I'm looking forward to it. And then I think Mike Schwartz and Kelly are coming too. Red said, don't forget Brad's coming with her. So we'll have Brad there too. So it'll be fun.
Brad. We're going to be shoulder to shoulder.
I got that one. You guys both had the shoulder surgery for anybody that didn't get that one. I don't know. We're going to have a lot of fun.
I'm going to see if I can't get Frank to come too from Seal Beach. The Trump store, Frank.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, Stacy and Billy. Yeah, you got to bring Billy with you, Stacy, because he has to give you all the answers for everything.
Oh yeah, no, Billy is there. As a matter of fact, I noticed he was the one who booked the hotel room. So Billy will be there, fortunately.
A Nut's coming too with her husband. Insider.
Yep.
I always call her Nut. And who was it? I can't remember what happened. Somebody asked one time because I always call her Nut and not Insider. And somebody says, who are you calling a nut in the chat or something all the time? And I had to explain what I was doing. But I've always known her as the Nutcracker. So that's why I call her Nut. Not because she's crazy. I just need to clarify that. No liability.
Oh, she is a little crazy. I mean, just a little bit, don't you think? Why don't I have her on my list? I know she's going to be there.
I don't know. I know she's going though. I don't
Oh
know. So
yeah.
we got some new people going this year too. So that's
Oh yeah. I see for some reason. Wow, what happened? I see her line right here. Somehow her name just disappeared from the name. But yes, Insider Nut will be there too. Sorry about that. I missed
we're
it.
gonna have a really good time. Like, like last year, we all went out afterwards and everything. So we're gonna be broadcasting live Thursday and Friday. Thursday will be like a dry run through, and then Friday will be the Frisky Friday where we do the regular long form. And I think Schwartz is gonna broadcast live after us too. So, and you know how we can raid his show while he's there? We should all run behind him. That's why I told him we're all going to run behind him when we raid his show. I think that'd be pretty
We're
funny.
gonna go like this. No, we're gonna go like this.
You need to bring your burqa, George. Put it.
I am. I'm gonna bring it. So I can put it on. I'm gonna say, "Hello, Mickey. I'm like Dr. Mike. How are you?"
Just don't be sneaking in the women's restroom with that burqa on. That no.
Yeah, again.
That's a big no.
Let me try.
Hey, I got to say, for the last.
I don't think so.
Anybody notice something's missing? It just,
Sean.
I mean, we're having a lot of fun. This is pretty cool, but Frisky Friday just ain't Frisky Friday without good old Sean Lucas, so
yeah,
that's too bad. Hopefully you'll be back here next Friday with us.
You want to do your Trump truth, right? Or before the first crew is gonna leave.
Well, hang on.
Yeah.
Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me.
Breaking
Okay,
news.
well, both George and Trixie kind of stole a little bit of the Trump truth thunder, but this was yesterday morning at 8:04 a.m. The president said, if the corrupt politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators, and that's exactly what they are, and insurrectionists from attacking patriots of ICE who are only trying to do their job, I will institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before me, and quickly put an end to the travesty that's taking place in that once great state. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT. So I know we talked a lot about that already.
That's what he says to Minnesota.
But I just, as somebody, there's nobody who loves the president more than me. But I just got to say, okay, enough of the talk. Let's frickin' do it. I mean, the insurrection has been well underway for, you can say at least a week, but several weeks. And I'd say the Insurrection Act he should have done it in his first term. But, let's stop talking and start doing. It's time to do this. And Tim Walz should be in prison.
Did you say Denise? Did you say Denise on your list of who's coming?
Denise will be there. She is locked and loaded.
Yeah. U.S. I don't know. We're gonna.
Did I miss her? I'm sorry if I'm just reading down a list. I just put everybody in red whose name is there. There is at least one person I won't mention yet who signed up, but did not get a room. So I'll be sending an email out just to, if for some reason, you think you got a room, if you see an email from me, it means you don't. Well, the email will say that, but so far everybody, all but one person who signed up with me, all but two people. Sean Lucas also signed up with me, but doesn't have a room. But
Sean always waits till the last minute. You have to get on him because he doesn't do everything fast.
Yeah,
but we got to quit talking about him, or I'll be on his shit list, or we all will be on his shit list when he does get.
Hey, wait a second! I was saying very nice things about Sean. I said it's.
Did
not
you see the
same
tranny
without
picture
him.
the other day?
See what?
The tranny picture the other day. He sent a tranny picture. He found a tranny on the ship.
I did not see that.
Yeah. I showed it on the show. It was pretty funny. Yeah.
Okay, that was on yesterday's show, probably in the second hour, because I had to run out and do some stuff uptown.
Might have been.
So yeah. Oh no, that's too bad. The
Where do you want me to start here, George?
You can pick the judge there, but another thing that they're fighting about Trump again.
Oh yeah.
The problem is that Johnson could stop this again with the Judicial Act of 1801, 1802, but for some reason he doesn't want to do that. So what they're going to do is still give the money back to the Minnesotas, even if they're stealing the money and everything else. And we'll go back and forth about the Omar is still on in Congress, which he remember George Santos, what they did to him.
Yeah.
For stealing a little money and lying about his education and they got him out of Congress. This woman, Omar, is in there. And you can take this off the judge now. You could, I mean, what she's doing and everything else, and then she's got the balls to come out now and start a committee to they're gonna impeach Noam. What's funny is that they know Trump is not going to work with impeachment, so let's start with the DHS secretary, and she's doing a fine job, and I don't understand what her problem is. I don't understand what the problem is with Johnson.
Speaking of Johnson, remember I'm sorry, what I told you last night? That I can't verify it and say it's absolutely 100% true, but they tied him into some of that money coming from Minneapolis, from the daycare centers into his campaign.
Yeah, $5.5 million. I put that up.
From Minnesota?
Yeah, I put that up. The daycare. I put that up.
Where the hell was I? I'm over here every day. Where was I?
I don't know. Maybe you went. I don't know. Maybe you went to the bathroom, did pee-pee or something. I have no idea. Let me look for good. Keep on talking. And then the next picture is
keep on talking.
The next picture is how much a bikers showed up at Memorial Day.
No, wrong one.
Yeah, well, that one there. That was Memorial Day. There was 1.7 million bikes there. I was only one parking lot. There was 3 of them full. Just to show how
nice.
And then the next one is what we talk about all the time about no balls.
Balls.
He misspelled it though, George, or she misspelled it.
No, she misspelled it. She was from Long Island.
There's no W in there.
This. Wait, let me take a picture of what's associated with this one. Hold on. Let me get rid of the judge there. Hold on. This one here. We were in Virginia with that asshole mayor. The governor that said he could kill babies while they were. Here's a couple of pictures. Hold on. They were. Let me take this one with the bike out. This is the capital of Virginia. This is what the Second Amendment and stuff, and we all appeared. I tell you one thing, I got very emotional because when I was walking to the streets to get there, I saw buses from North Dakota, and it's the same one. Huh? But that's what we did. We went. What happened to it? I looked at it. I took it down. I'm sorry. Put that back up again so I can explain it to them. We do have the this one here too. And why is it jumping to that one too? Anyway, but this is the capital of Virginia, where we went to protest. There was exactly, I think, 47,000 people there.
Wow.
I got some videos. The streets were all packed and everything else. I mean, it was very, very well organized. But that's what we did. And you know what's funny? They only had they had 2 gates out, but only 1 gate in. They wanted me to go up there, and I said, I'm staying on this side of the gate.
Yeah,
I'm
good
staying on
idea.
this side. And somebody wanted to interview me, and I said, I'm staying on this side. You want to talk to me? Come over here. So, but that was, it brought tears to my eyes to see that many patriots come out. It was about the Second Amendment and against that governor of Virginia. And buses came from Colorado, South Dakota. One came from California. I mean, a bunch of buses were there. It was amazing. And
when
then,
was this, George? When did this take
2020.
place? Okay.
Virginia, capital of Virginia.
Yeah, kind of a stop the steal.
Yeah, that's
thing,
what. Yeah, this was before that. This was about the Second Amendment that they were trying to take away in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
All right, that they were fighting that, and this is the same governor that said, you could kill a baby after birth. That jerk off there. So that's
These
all he
guys
went
are
to
just
protest.
amazing.
But there was a voting on about that. So it was amazing, and this is what I'm trying to show you is, I mean, like when we had, like all the stuff that happened in Washington, because we did one in October, which we only had maybe 700 people when we carried the flag from the front of the White House, and it was the Trump flag with the blue line on it, and we brought it all the way to the Lincoln Memorial. We walked through the streets, and as we were doing that, we were on that Black Lives Matter road, and we had a guy under the flag with a spray can, yellow paint. It said Trump won, and they kept on spraying. Oh no, sorry, Trump's your president. And we were spraying right. We had one guy crawling, so you couldn't see him under the flag because the flag was 60 by 100 feet.
Wow.
So that was it. And then we had 2 in November, one after election, and then one in the second week, and then we did the one in December, Stop the Seal, and then we did the one on January 6th. But there was over 1.5 million people there on January 6th. There was 1 million on the steel. I mean, the people come out. Is that you got to start something. And that's what I'm saying. If the 1.5 million people that were there on January 6th, if they wanted an insurrection, it could have been an insurrection.
Yeah. Or at least an erection.
Yeah, at least an erection.
Watch this one because it kind of ties into what you're talking about.
I let you speak your garbage jihadi Islamist propaganda.
You should know your native language.
You
though,
do not. You do not get
expert.
to talk over me. You do not get to talk over me or interrupt me when I'm speaking on behalf of 90 million Iranians who are out in the streets right now fighting for their lives.
You're not speaking on behalf of all Iranians.
You speak. Yes, I am. You speak about how the bombings
When
or
did
whatever.
they elect you?
Why are you speaking over me? Why are you speaking over me? Are you threatened by what I'm about to say? Is that why you want to interrupt me? I suggest you keep your mouth shut.
No, because you're pretending
until
to
I'm done
represent people
speaking.
that never elected you.
Well, let
But
us
go ahead.
speak. Cheng.
Iranians right now are literally risking their lives out there, and they are saying this is the final battle. Pahlavi will return. Pahlavi is, of course, the current Shah of Iran in exile. And what people don't know is that back in 1979, it's not actually a revolution. It was an Islamic coup d'etat. It was orchestrated by Jimmy Carter, it was orchestrated by the Islamists and the communists, and it was funded and supported by Jimmy Carter, the UK, and France. So what is happening right now? This is Iranians trying to rectify, and they are rectifying, 47-year mistake that was made. And what Iranians are saying is that we are going out and we are not going to stop fighting until we not only overthrow the Islamic dictatorship, but we return our king, because there is only one person that we Iranians trust to transition us from a dictatorship to a democracy, and that is His Royal Highness. And Iran was not an authoritarian dictatorship prior to 1979. We were a constitutional monarchy, just like England. That is what we are fighting for. So anyone who says that Iran was an authoritarian dictatorship, they know nothing.
گله میکنن که چرا ملت ایران میگن مرگ بر آمریکا. اولا بنده این رو برای حضرات بزرگان آمریکایی روشن کنم. مرگ بر آمریکا.
الله اکبر الله.
مثل گاو و گوسفنده که خدا اینها را خلق کرده برای اینکه وسیله غذای مردم باشه، و یک قسم حیوان خلق کرده و اون زنها و خانمها هستن. اینا عین گاو و گوسفند هستن، حیوان هستن، ولکن و خدا خلقشون کرده برای استفاده مردها، فقط واسه که مردا وحشت نکنن این زنها را به شکل خود انسان خلق کرده، اگر نه اینها عین همون گاو و گوسفند و عین همون اسب و شتر و الاغ هست.
You remember how I was saying Iraqi militia was inside of Iran. You see this? You see these tanks?
Well, guess what? Ali Khamenei, those tanks didn't come there to play teddy bear. No. You see that assault rifle? That guy? He took his assault rifle and indiscriminately spread gunshots all through the streets to murder as many Iranian civilians as possible. Okay? Remember all the celebrities. I want you to think of all the influencers, the politicians who were silent this last several days, because they're the first ones who will smear Donald Trump when he goes down as a hero, and he's undeniable a hero, and he freed Iran.
Why I wanted to bring that up after what you said was because you got numbers like you're showing in Virginia and everything. We don't have that. We don't have that right now. What we've got is people that are complacent and they're not paying attention. And the only ones creating havoc really are on the left. And if we don't do anything about it, our country's going to be taken over, and it's going to be just like this shit, because if the Muslims will take over, we'll end up with Sharia law, and then we're done.
Well, did you hear what was very important about what he said, right? When he brought, with Jimmy Carter, and then he got France. Now, France was holding the Ayatollah. He was there. He was there when the Shah of Iran was there. They kept him alive there, which he was going to get killed. But they did everything to turn the people around, which they took over. They had the Islamic regime inside Iran that killed the Shah of Iran, and that's what everything happened. And then they didn't get no back. The only backing they got in the United States was to help Ayatollah get in there. Plus, it held our American captives for 579 days until when Reagan got elected. As soon as Reagan got elected, they let him go. Because
that was on purpose.
And they know what's going to happen with Trump too. Trump stopped all communications with Iran. And it's going to happen. People. The problem is, why do they fight? There's a country that's under siege of Iranians that are trying to fight for freedom, and they were a democracy, monarchy. They were a constitutional democracy. They believed in law, and law and order. And the whole thing is that the Democrats fight them all the time. Even I would say rhinos period too, because they stopped a lot of stuff that Trump wants to do, but Trump's got to do it anyway. He don't give a shit that he's got to go to Congress and say, I need permission to do war, because you can't, because in Congress you got those pieces of shit that leak everything.
Yeah.
Jeffries was caught leaking, right? But what happened? But
imagine
nobody's getting charged for it. There's no accountability to what the fuck's going on. That's what the problem.
Well, that's the whole point why I brought that up, because what you brought up, we need people on the right in mass numbers to activate, agitate, and do the same damn thing. Our side. Yeah, we play too nice. That's about the only way I can put it. And we don't do the same things that the left do. I'm not advocating anybody breaking the law or anything like that. But you need to have your voice heard. And like George says, call your state senators about the SAVE Act. You got to do something. I don't care if you sit in your house all day and you want to be a keyboard warrior. Make your keyboard warrior action worth it. Don't just, answer stupid people in the chat. Right, congressmen, right? Your senators, do that kind of shit with it.
I got 6 more weeks. 6 more weeks. I'm gonna start organizing again.
But two things I got to say. First of all, Trixie, you said something about don't just write to stupid people in chat. Well, we don't have any of those here.
No,
just saying. But this is exactly what I was saying about President Trump. Can you imagine? He is the people's president, and I think he's missing a huge opportunity here. He needs to come to the people. He needs to come to us and be honest. Quit blowing smoke and saying how Howdy Doody's such a nice guy, and John Thune, he's so special, and the Republicans are just great. We all know the Democrats are evil scum. That's fine. But you know what? Most of the Republicans in Washington, D.C. are too. And at best, they are slow walking the president. They are, they see him as a passing storm. They think if we can just ride it out, hunker down, do the minimum. Well, he needs to quit kissing their ass and being nice to them and come to us, the American people, and say, I need you right now. Call your representative, call your senator, get out in this, come to Washington, D.C., talk to them, go into their offices. If he would do that, these cowardly, feckless Republican pieces of shit, these rhinos would, fold like a cheap suit.
But the president's not allowed in Capitol unless he's invited.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it? The president of the United States cannot go into the Capitol unless he's invited by the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, but the nice thing is in modern day, I mean, first of all, that would be the best thing. And I'd like to see Howdy Doody have the balls to say, you can't come.
I would like to see President Trump go up those stairs, do it all with all the fake news media and everything else, walk up the stairs, knock on the door, and says, "I'm here. I'd like to speak to the Speaker of the House." Not that the Speaker of the House goes to what he does. He goes to Pennsylvania Avenue, or the Speaker, the Senator, and that's how this is how the game is played. And the whole thing is that he's doing other stuff, and he doesn't want the things interrupted. What he's doing, but he's not going to respond to all the Democrats. They say, "Oh, the Trump's got to go to the Congress for the War Act and all that stuff about Iran." The worst thing they did was that Powers Act, because we would have had more control of Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, public pressure got Todd Young to flip on the War Powers Act here from Indiana. Because I follow him because I'm from Indiana. So I was reading all the Facebook pages, all the comments and everything. And he got a lot of flack from a lot of people here in this state about, going against him. But Todd Young has always been a rhino. And so it really surprised me that he actually flipped over to that side, because they were welcoming, Afghani refugees here and everything in Indiana, putting them on the military base outside of Indianapolis.
Yeah,
So,
It's not. I don't care. It's very hard to, when you read the Quran and look at all the things that they have on it, the things that we put up that time of Islam and stuff like that. They cannot be in Congress. They cannot be in Congress. I think there's 6 of them in Congress. There's none in the Senate. But they're going to push their way into that. I mean, that's what, look what happened with, everybody thinks it's a joke with Mandami, but now they're having prayers, and now they're taking over the apartment buildings, and now they want to do this, they want to do that. The socialism is here, and we are powerful enough with the voting, but people have to understand they can't get that attitude to say, "Oh, my vote doesn't count, I'm staying home." You got to vote in the primaries and vote for the other guy that's against the guy that's not going with the America First agenda. America First agenda is to save our sovereignty, to save it's peace, truth, strength, and Trump has proved that plenty of times. Look what he did in Venezuela. Delta Force, 20 people. They interviewed it. We got to get that interview with that Cuban soldier. He said they came in. They didn't know what happened. Delta Force only went there with 20 people. They had 300. He said the bullets came out like there were 300 bullets at a time, and then they had a thing that they were bleeding from their ear, throwing up blood, and they must have used that sonic weapon. They said they didn't use anything special. So I mean. But the most important, our weapon for people that can't do, we got to stop being defensive. We got to be offensive.
Yeah.
We can't sit back anymore. And the whole thing is the greatest weapon we have is I wrote a letter one time. I mean, I got to find it and I'll read it. But it's, they tried to take away our weapons. They try to do this, they try to do that. But then when they tried to take away our votes, that's what happened. We went and voted. 78 million people, and that's only 67% of the population that voted for the Democrat. But 78 million people just voted for President Trump.
Yeah. Oh, on that happy note, I got this. New show time starting Monday. If you can see along the banner along the bottom, we're going to be starting at 8:30 in the morning and running till 10 Monday through Friday. So we hope you guys join us at 8:30 in the morning.
I didn't know that.
First I heard.
But we wanted to break in with that one so everybody would that grabbed everybody's attention, that breaking news, didn't it? But I wanted to read the trivia winner from yesterday too before we forget. So
the reason why is because we're running out of time of the show. The show goes out so fast. It's unbelievable because of the stuff we got covered. And it's not, I don't think we're boring every day. I mean, the stuff that we come out with is pretty good stuff. I can't, believe it or not, I can't post the stuff on Facebook because they won't share it.
Yeah, and everybody
not about our show, but I'm talking about stuff that we put up.
Yeah, everybody seems to like the longer time too, and I like it. You know, I think we get a lot of more we can cover more content, which is the really important part.
Well, I kind of like it because Trixie's not shooing us along like chickens in a getting back into the hen house. I mean,
yeah, I know.
It used to be I'd come to Trixie with something. It's like here, let's play this, and she'd be like, "It's 27 seconds. That's too long." Now yesterday I brought my footage from the Atlanta HB1 job fair, and I said, "Hey, the original was a minute. I cut it down to 30 for you." And she's like, "No, we're 2 hours today. Give me the whole minute."
Yeah, it's a lot. We can get into a lot more things and play a lot more.
It's always Trixie.
Oh, George. Aw, you're pretty awesome.
She hurt his feelings.
See, everybody seems to like the longer time. I do too. I do. I like it. It's a little bit harder for me, but I enjoy it. And if you enjoy what you're doing, it's not work. So that's always good to say. What are you giving me that stink eye for, George?
We'll see what happens.
Is that a threat or a promise?
That's what Trump, the magic bull, said.
Well, let's see. Which U.S. president vetoed the most legislation? So, and who's the winner?
You remember your question? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm going through the list. I'm old. Give me a break. So, which U.S. president vetoed the most legislation? And who got it here? Denise got it with FDR, and the answer was FDR vetoed 635 bills.
Wow.
Yeah. So congratulations, Denise. We're going to have to give you the IQ award. I think you've won like 4 times already now.
I was going to say, does anybody notice that Denise pretty much always wins?
Well, that proves my point that the women is always right. That's Denise is always right.
Women rule the world. We rule the world.
You did a good job on that one.
Yeah, what do you say all the time, George? You took a bite of the apple, and that was the beginning of downfall for man.
No.
I don't know what to
say. No, you got it wrong. It took all of hell to tempt one woman, and then it took one woman to tempt a man. And it's proof. The devil was in that tree. It says, "Hey, you cutie little blonde girl with that nice body, take a bite of this apple. Take a bite of this apple and make you look good. You don't need you won't need no plastic surgery or any DuPont. We have no,
I didn't know the snake was black.
Here, but this apple will do the plastic surgery for you." Then turned around, her leaf dropped. The leaf dropped, and then Adam saw, whoa, check them out. Right? He says, "You want to eat this? You got to bite the apple." He bit the apple. That was it.
Yeah, it is Frisky Friday, isn't it? I don't know. You bit it right to the core, George. You bit it right to the core. You didn't take just one.
Revelations, all digested into one simple sentence.
What did you say?
I said, George, leave it.
No, I heard you. I didn't hear what George said. What did you say, George?
Listen, you want?
He's mumbling.
I want to get into something. A woman, not for anything. A woman could bleed for 7 days, and she could still walk. If a guy bled for 7 days, he'd be dead. That's all I have to say. Okay.
It is Frisky Friday.
Yeah. Well, look at the difference between a man and a woman when they get sick. A man gets the flu, and you think they're dying. I mean, they just.
Well, that's the reason why the woman's supposed to take care of the man. That's what
Exactly.
Don't cross the red line today. Don't cross the red line.
Not all men are like that.
Because according to the Quran, you heard what he said. And he said the woman got to stay home and do what she's got to do.
You're treading on light territory. Well, got you in trouble last week about being in the kitchen.
Listen, you women burnt the bra, and that's messed up everything.
Now, wait a second. Angel's Awareness just in chat just said, "Love it hard."
That's right.
Well, she might have been talking to Hardman. Okay.
I hope so.
I took it the wrong way right away.
It's just right there. Love it hard.
Sure, you naughty girl. My God.
She might have been responding to something Hardman says. I don't know, but she might have. Yeah, Hardman said, George, that's why they're called Whoa Man.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that pillow. That's so
yeah, Red Ginger noticed it too. But
yeah, I did try some when you said that.
Let me tell you something. Red Ginger is a sharp woman. Let me tell you, she catches everything. You can't put nothing by her.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. You should see some of the shit she sends me. Like during the day, I just end up laughing my ass off. She's got the warped sense of humor like I do.
Oh, Super Trooper.
So does Stacy too.
Super Trooper said something very nice. Adam had a little head talking for the big head.
That's what my dad used to tell me all the time.
Yeah.
My dad used to tell me that you got one big head and one little head, and usually the little head wins out.
Yeah, with men anyway.
That's what he used to tell me.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot 777. In the beginning, God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
That's right.
Anything. Yeah.
Well,
thanks, Whiskey Tango.
I don't know. We could get on a tangent. We did that yesterday, though, Starfire. I still like the shit in the grocery cart story from yesterday.
Oh, that was
so funny.
Well,
Ren Ginger sent me a meme last night that let me finish.
What you said. I said it's a wagon. You said it's a cart.
Yeah.
And that's how the whole thing started. What do you call that? What do you think? What do you call the thing that's carries the groceries?
Grocery cart.
No. We call it a wagon.
George, one time we went to Home Depot and he said, "Go get the wagon." And I looked at him like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he was talking about the cart. So we're talking. Yeah. So yesterday we were talking about regional differences about different things like pop, soda, and that kind of stuff. And then we ended up getting into a story about my daughter like taking care of some groceries in a shopping cart with a leaky diaper.
Yeah, and we got several people voting for buggy. It's a buggy, says USN. And it's a buggy, says TSM money. Over in the UK, they call it a trolley.
What a buggy. What the hell?
Get my shopping trolley now.
Well, look at it. Yeah, see, buggy, cart. I don't know. I always say, I just say cart, grocery cart or shopping cart.
Oh,
I didn't know what the
1960 is jumping in with the buggy term. I don't know where they're from because it
says North Carolina.
Yeah.
No,
it's a cart.
I don't know. I just
WTF said I went and brought a red rider. I can't say that word. 2 hours.
USN is saying
Red Rider
in
wagon.
the South. I don't know about that. Is that just at Piggly Wiggly or?
Huh?
A Radio Flyer was the best wagon. Remember the Radio
Okay,
Flyer?
then you want to get in. Well, remember
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot went out and got a red wagon.
Yeah, red. I can't say. I'm not going to say it. I can't say 2 hours.
NRG knows what she's talking about. She says cart.
Oh, I don't know. It was pretty funny yesterday. Then we were talking about what was the other one too? Squirt. Remember? Because out west,
did you want it in a drink?
Yeah, I wanted vodka and squirt. The bartender's like, a squirt of what? And I said squirt. He's a squirt of what? I said squirt. He didn't, he didn't know there was a squirt pop that was from the Midwest, but I haven't had any of that in a long time. I got to quit fooling around here. I'm just rambling, but no, I had too much coffee this morning. But
I hope everybody's happy about the show starting at 8:30. What time is it?
5:30 on the West Coast.
It's 10:30. We got a half hour left. So
a half hour. So let's bring up some other stuff. Hold on.
Yeah, I got something. Hang on. Settle down there, old man. Here we go.
Do you want to know why the woke left are silent on Iran, on the unprecedented massacre taking place in Iran right now? Because it ruins their entire narrative. Let me explain. Millions of Iranians are rising up against a brutal Islamist regime. Thousands are reported to have been gunned down, executions taking place, internet and basic utilities removed to control dissent. And Iranian men and women are still showing extraordinary courage on the streets. But on Western streets, this time, there's no marches, no hashtags, no UN resolutions condemning Iran. Why? This is not confusion about what's happening, it's deep inconvenience, because the Iran protests exposed the lie at the heart of their worldview. They've built their entire moral identity on one story, that Islam is always the victim, that the West is always the villain, and Islamist violence is just resistance. But Iran ruins that story, because here you've got people inside an Islamic regime rising up against it. Ordinary people screaming, this system is evil. And if they admit that, the whole fantasy collapses. They'd have to admit that political Islam isn't misunderstood, it's oppressive. That the problem is not the West, it's the ideology. And when some on the hard left do speak, they manage to watch Iranians being killed in the streets and still find a way to blame America and Israel, while offering not a word of solidarity to the protesters risking their lives. Because standing with Iranian protesters would mean breaking their love affair with political Islam. It would mean choosing truth over ideology. And that's the one thing they won't do.
There, George, I just queued you up for a really epic rant.
Go, George.
What happened?
Get him.
You're not paying attention, George. That was all about the left and the woke mind. Not both of you guys got a strike today, but the left woke mind.
What? Did you play something? Come on, George, get him. Get him.
It's just 100% right what that guy said. The left does not. If Trump gets involved with Iran, he will disrupt all of England, all of the European Union, because those monarchies want the war to continue and keep the base going. Iran supplies a lot of ammunition to the people that are all these terrorist groups. They got cut by the legs because of what happens with the oil, and their only one that was the exporter was Venezuela. And so, and everybody's talking about, oh, China's going to go to Taiwan. It ain't going to happen because they ain't got the fucking fuel for that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fuel is cut. They're not getting any. They're not getting any fuel. They're not going to buy it from Russia. There's a big embargo. The only way they used to do it is they used to ship it to Venezuela. Venezuela used to ship it out, so they could beat the embargo. It was a whole bunch of thing about how they used Venezuela, and Cuba's gone too because they're not getting any money from Venezuela. That's why the security was in Venezuela for the Cubans for them. That's how they paid back. So it's the interruption of the whole. The New World Order is destroyed. Put it out. That's done. Trump took care of that one. Now you got what is that? The G1 thing that they did, and they invited Russia this time.
Well, Davos, the WEF Davos is, I think, within a week to a week and a half.
Oh, President Trump is going to go and just rip them a new asshole next week. There, that is going to be.
The best one was when he got in front of everybody. Remember, he pushed everybody.
Yeah, they're going to be clutching their pearls and reaching for the sniffing salts. I mean, hey, but along the lines, George, what you were saying, I don't know if anybody heard. You know, Viktor Orban, the Hungarian Prime Minister, and just a hell of a good guy. He is getting, I think, feeling so enabled by President Trump. He just came out here. I'll do an exact quote. I wrote it down here. He's saying that the rules of the old liberal world order no longer apply, and the era of nations has begun, and it's all been brought in by President Trump.
Yeah,
and so good for Victor. He's and good for President Trump.
If you want to follow what's going on in Davos, follow Noor bin Laden. She covers that every single year, and she covers it really thoroughly and everything. She always has a lot of really good information. But we did do a segment during the week I think I can't remember what day it was, but we had who Trump was taking with him to Davos and why he was taking each individual with them. But they know that their time is up. And as far as the New World Order goes, I think Agenda 2030 really got a kick in the teeth, because I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off now. I think there's too many people that are awake and aware of what's going on. And if they tried to do anything, like what they did with the jab, locking us all down and everything, I don't think it would ever happen again. We'd end up having to take quite a few of those leftists out if that ever did happen again, though. That's kind of what I wanted to say.
You know that was Osama bin Laden's daughter, right? Everybody knows? Yeah, you said I'm talking about the people in the chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Sometimes I just think you're talking to me. I don't know.
Yeah, explain to people about what the story is.
Yeah. She, so there's something. The only couple of things that Osama bin Laden did right is at least he ended up with one girl that's got some brains. I mean, that woman, she's really smart too.
Okay. See, I learned something here today. I did not know that was any relationship to Osama bin Laden.
See, watch our show every day and you'll learn something. We always have something on here that's educational.
There's always breaking news here. For example, I looked last night, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, not even Newsmax, Fox, nobody had the scoop, on the US Southwest, the Visa Lotto. And nobody had that. Only here. You're gonna see
you had that one thing I would say something about. Well, we got two on almost. Fox is almost on our side, and Newsmax is pretty good on our side. But the fake
Newsmax is getting better.
We have to understand, like with Fox, their holdings is BlackRock. The one that holds their stock is BlackRock. BlackRock, trust me, tells a lot of things to the Fox family of what to do and what to put on.
Well, and Paul fucking Ryan is the chairman of their board. As long as that's there,
is that on his birth certificate?
That's a mortal sin. I mean, you can't have Paul Ryan on your board and be worth a shit. And they hate President Trump, by the way.
I have to make an educational correction. Noor bin Laden is not Osama bin Laden's daughter, a distant relative. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Who is she?
Disclaimer.
How you know?
Red said it, and she works for the FBI, so I'm going with what she says.
Yeah. Red's also saying, keep in mind that Georgia has a Republican governor and a Republican Secretary of State, big time POS. I think that stands for point of sale system. But I think she would agree with me that so-called Republican governor is a piece of shit. We might as well have a Democrat. As a matter of fact, I think he does more damage than the Democrats. Okay, she threw flag on me.
Unnecessary political reference. You can talk about a piece of shit, but you didn't have to make it political. We could all talk about it.
She threw the flag on me.
Oh,
Martykin's with me. She said amen.
Yeah, Paul Ryan, I think his wife is or at least she used to be a Democrat lobbyist. And I don't know. Can you imagine being in that house? I don't know how people do that. Just
what's the name? What was that blog?
Bond 1960, especially for Frisky Friday. This is appropriate. Bond says, wonder why Paul Ryan's mother named her sons the middle name fucking.
That's what I said too. I mumbled underneath my breath. Brother said, "Is that on his birth certificate?"
That's funny.
That is a good and an appropriate middle name, I must say. So at least the mom, she saw what was coming, I guess.
What's the guy that? Oh, I just lost his name in my head. The crypt keeper looking guy, Carville, James Carville. Look at him and his wife. Those two are two different political parties. Can you imagine what the home life is like in that house? That's probably why they both are alcoholics.
He is such a loony, though. I mean, that guy is over the top freaking crazy. Yeah. I mean, he was always kind of an idiot, but he is just, dementia has just torn him apart. That guy is freaking crazy. Just unbelievable.
Yeah. Carville. Yeah. With Carville. Yeah, they're talking in here about MTG too. Something's up with that woman. I don't know really what happened with
You
her.
remember?
That's too bad
we
because she
remember.
was such a good president. She
Yeah.
was a true. She was really good for MAGA when she was being good for MAGA. I mean, she really was, and she really did back President Trump quite a bit. But
What did you want to
I'm not
say,
sure.
George?
No, I'm saying. Remember, we spoke about when the fighting happened between Elon and Trump, and I told everybody it's all a game.
Yeah.
And now they're best of friends again. So it's everything. I don't think the thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene is this is for real. It's done. That one's done.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
there's no what do you call it, that one?
What were we talking about too? About you know how we always talk about Rico. I'm going to bring it up. I know Mark Rico.
There you go. Bringing up
I
her
know.
pool boy again.
Yeah,
Rico
but I
was on
saw
the pole.
they were talking about that grand jury that was impaneled in Fort Pierce. We're not seeing any information coming out on that
No.
at all.
That's the Crossfire Hurricane. It's got a lot of people a bit implicated. So
Yeah.
Well, what does that have to do with your pool boy, though? Is he getting wrapped up in all this?
They were talking about who was George Papadopoulos came out this week, and he said that there's been this is what he said. So I'm quoting him. He said that the investigations that have been going on in the Department of Justice with Bondi and why it's taking so long is because they're doing an entire RICO sweep up of the entire Democratic Party. That it's going to be Obama, Clapper, Brennan, they're going to go after them first, and that Obama's going to be taken in, and that's what's taken so long is because it's the RICO conspiracy case. And I kind of go along with him. I would think, and you would know, George, Papadopoulos would probably be a witness, and I can't see how he would put out wrong information, and
Well, George is pretty good, but I think he still has to watch what he says. Because he's gonna wind up being in what the hell? Oh, he's gonna wind up being the witnesses for a couple of cases, not just that one.
Yeah, Rico.
Rico,
Man,
baby.
these cold winter nights really get talking about Rico a lot.
Yeah, but we've been talking about Rico for a long time. That's why we treat it like a joke here. But it's
you know how Omar and everybody all got together about how the police officers should have cameras so they can review everything. Play this video. I think this is an outstanding one. This is the new outfit. All angles.
Oh, that's good. They need something like that though with these leftists
nowadays. Yeah, they do.
They still say the fake news media that he murdered her.
Yeah, they're all saying that,
and it shows on a video all different, and they're not showing that part of the clip, the part that they and then they got these assholes at these podcasts that are coming, especially these Democrats with their podcast about doing so. Should we stop? Sorry.
Well, did you watch Will Kane yesterday? He had they were talking about the murder thing there, and there was that one Democrat that came on and said it was murder and all that other kind of stuff. And then Will Kane actually schooled them on there. I was quite surprised. He was telling them about, do you really, you're wrong, basically. He said, next time, come back.
Look at the girl that was talking about the Iranian people and that jerk off Turk. The guy Turk there is challenging her about what she says.
Mm-hmm.
When I go speak at places, this is what I say. I'm an American. I'm Italian descent. I could explain to the Jewish people about something, but I can't feel as they feel because I'm not Jewish and I don't have their ways and everything else. But I understand them. The same thing with the Chinese or the Vietnamese or everything else like that. And what happens is if you don't communicate right or talk to people right, they'll be on the defensive right away. The biggest persecution of the people was the Jewish people. I mean, it's been going down for years. And it ain't gonna, and it's not gonna change. They wanted, especially them, they want to destroy them. It doesn't matter what. And after they destroy them, they're gonna go over to Catholic and the Christians. That's what they're gonna do. So we got to stop them. you know, as we keep on saying about the Crusades are going to come back, and it will, and it it will happen. It's not. I'm not talking. You
Well,
know.
I think what's happening in Iran is at least a good first start. Baby steps, but it's a good start. You know what? I'm kind of surprised at, though. I haven't heard a word. You were bringing up Elon Musk, George. I haven't heard a word. They turned off all the internet, but I haven't heard anything about Elon putting what do they call that? The Starlink. Usually he's been real quick to
He
move the
has been. He did
Starlink
put
satellites
Starlink in
in.
there.
No, he
Did
did
he?
put Starlink in Iran. Yes, he did.
That's how some of
And
the information's
the
getting
phones,
out.
and the phones are being supplied by Israel.
Yeah.
Israel is getting them across the line to get it to them. Or the Mossad is sending them across the. They go. Iran is a big thorn on Israel's side, and they don't. Everybody would love for them to get destroyed for the simple reason is that the what do you call the way all the terrorists that they supply Hamas, and Hamas is still walking around. We still have people walking around in our government that haven't been. Look at what happened to Hillary and Bill. They walked away from a subpoena. If you walked away from a subpoena, the cops would be at the fucking door right now, knocking on the door. You got to report the subpoena. If not, you're going to jail. Blah, blah, blah. Not them. Not them. And what did
No.
Johnson do? What did Comey do? Oh, we have to bring it up. And I mean, are you serious? I mean,
You know what? Well, yeah. What we would hear is this.
That's right.
We'd be in big trouble.
Mm.
Did you think they were coming for you right then, George, when you looked?
I always hear that.
I always hear it because I live by the fire station. But
you want to hear a good story about a police officer? Well, I got pulled over at 3:00 in the morning because I was coming back from West Palm Beach. I was tired. I went over I was doing 69 miles an hour. I knew I got bagged. I was dying to get a cup of coffee at 7-Eleven. And the guy came over to me. I gave him my license. I put everything that I'm supposed to do. Put my wallet on top of the dash. Make sure my arms are exposed at nighttime. Or put my hands on the steering wheel so they can see where my hands are. So I opened up the window on the left of me, and he came to the right of me because I was in the street. It wasn't a busy street. But he said, no, I got to go on, on that side because you freaked me out that he went on the right side of the car. But what I'm saying, I mean, he let me go, which I thought was very nice. I told him, officer, I'm tired. He said, where'd you come from? I said, Mar-a-Lago. He said, all right, and give me a license registration. But I'm just saying is people not have to know how to approach, especially a police officer.
You know what I do? I just smile. I just go.
Well, your women always get away. You're not going, hey. Oh, look. Oh, I dropped a crumb.
I say, here, officer, would you like a bite of my apple?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
See? I knew that. That's why you want your life.
No, it's our white privilege card playing sometimes. That's what you pull. Here's my white privilege card, officer. I don't get a ticket today.
It works every time. It gets me free beer.
Oh, that white privilege card is pretty funny. I mean, I'm not trying to disparage black people. It's just a joke, but I think it's funny. Yeah,
Hey.
Women do have a way of getting out of tickets with cops.
I don't go anywhere without it. Don't go anywhere without it.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah.
One thing, next time the cop pulls me over, I'm gonna go like this. Hey, how's this? Hey.
You think that's gonna get you out of a ticket?
Well, if the cop is gay, I might get away with it.
Well, how are you? Do you have a thing for cops?
No, you have a thing for cops.
No, I don't have a thing for cops. You say I do.
He has a thing for Puerto Rican pool boys. Cuban pool boys.
Oh, I know. You guys know who Rico is. We all talk about Rico all the time. Rico the pool boy. I don't know. I got pulled over. The only reason I got when I used to get, well, I didn't really get pulled over, but I had this is a good story. I had one of those Chevelle, and it had a loud, real super loud exhaust system on it. I had cherry banger in it, and I had it parked in front of the bar, but I was parked on the opposite side of the street the wrong way. and there was a fight going on the corner, and the cop came out, and I thought I was going to get a ticket, and he came over to my car and he says, "You need to move it right now," because they were taking care of the fight. And I thought, great, as soon as I turn the car on, I'm going to get a ticket, for being really loud like that. And he told me to leave, and as soon as I turned the key on the car, and it was like, like the cop just looked at me and he goes, "Miticize it, see ya." So you can tell how long that was ago. Miticize it. What are you giving me the stink eye for, George?
Listen,
it's okay. I like this story, Trixie. I don't care what George says.
Wait. My drag racing story. But you want to hear a good story about that one? My car, I had a souped up car. I used to race the quarter mile all the time. So anyway, my father decides his car goes out, and he never saw how my car was souped up. I always had it like hidden from my father. So he says, "Hey, George," he said, "What, Dad?" "Yeah, I gotta borrow your car." I said, "What do you want?" He said, "Come on, I need your car. You gotta give me your car." I said, "What do you need my car for?" "Oh, I gotta go." Because she used to do like a little body work for a doctor. So he said, "I gotta go pick up a doctor." I said, "Dad, you sure you want to borrow my car?" I had a 65 Barracuda that was lifted up like this. Lifted up like this. I had a 426 wedge engine in it with headers on it and pipes blowing out and everything else.
You didn't tell him what your plate said, though. Ass man.
That's right.
Ass man.
That's right.
Remember that from Seinfeld, Ass man?
Yeah.
Oh,
but what happened is
I
I watched him come down the street after he picked up the dock, and he's behind the wheel like blah, 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 like this.
I miss those muscle
65.
cars.
Oh man, it was a great car.
Yeah.
I had good. My mother used to put a wig on, and I was going to my girlfriend's house at the time. So I said, "Ma, you have to sit." My mother was a heavy woman, so I said, "Ma, you got to sit in the center of the back of the bike." I don't know if you remember 65 Barracuda had a long window in the back.
Car, not your bike. See, it's in your
car.
head.
So the car, and she sat in the middle in the back. So I'm going fast. I'm going I'm going a nice speed. Patrick Expressway, and all of a sudden her wig blows off. And people are driving by and seeing it because the cars, and they're hysterical laughing. I'm crying. I couldn't see. My eyes started squinting down because I couldn't see. I was laughing so hard. My mother was laughing, and my sister was in the car, and she was laughing. So it was just funny. But the thing just went like.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Oh, it was funny.
I got an excuse why I'm so warped, and it kind of ties into that. My dad used to race cars, and he had a big old coupe, and he had the whole back of it was all taken out, And I was probably about maybe 3, and he took me, and I used to go over with my dad. And he took me to the store and punched it because he had the neighbor in the car with him too, and I flew all the way to the back end of the car into the trunk. That's a true story. Bumped my head.
Okay, that's I can believe that.
Yeah. Oh, I love those. I like the muscle cars. I wish they'd come back with them. The best one I had was a 67 T-Bird that had suicide doors on it and everything. Oh, that was fun.
I gotta download something that's funny.
Oh, George, that's what you're doing. You're not reading the chat. You're over there on TikTok.
I'm putting things up that's funny. This is Freaky Friday. This is one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Okay, well, put it up. Let's see.
I got to download this.
Let's see what you got.
You got to be patient. This is
funny. I'm totally impatient.
No,
I'm impatient with everything. Red, yes. No, my dad had to tell my mom because I was bruised up when I got out of the car.
Okay, well, enough of this serious stuff. While George is doing this, I'll mention interesting little thing going on in Ukraine right now. I don't know if anybody else saw this, but apparently they have over 2 million Ukrainian draft dodgers now. People, of military age that the Ukrainian government, sent orders, okay, come on up, and they just leave the country. They've got over 200,000 who are already in the military that are officially absent without leave. Yet we, the American taxpayers, if you listen to Lady Lindsey Graham or, pretty much any of the other establishment people in Washington, D.C., they say, oh, but we need to pony up more money for the war to save Ukraine, even though the freaking Ukrainian people themselves are going, I'm out of here. I'm going to Germany. I'm going to France. Do whatever. Give it to them.
When Lindsey Graham goes on and starts talking on all the talk shows about using force on everything, I always something stinks. That's what I think.
Oh yeah. I think it just depends most of the time.
Yeah,
or his lacy rubber pants.
I think he's wearing Biden's pants. That's what he's doing.
Also,
yeah. Well,
Jill wears the pants in that family. Biden can't even find his way out of the bathroom. I mean, he's been kind of quiet too, Biden. I wonder if he's totally lost it probably by now.
Well, he's not going to come out and say anything unless his handlers tell him to and do it. I mean, I don't think he's really aware of his surroundings very much. I really don't.
He wasn't years ago either.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Anybody that shits their pants at the Vatican, come on.
I think you guys might have played it yesterday where President Trump was talking about when they moved, the Democrats moved from Biden over to Kamala Harris, and Trump said, well, Biden, what did he say? Something like Biden lost all his wit and all his brains years ago, and Kamala was born without him in the first place, or something like that. I really enjoyed that.
Put that up again. It was too fast.
Well, it was short. It was short, George.
Why is it so short?
It was short.
So short.
I don't know. I downloaded it. I thought it was funny. The brother into sports.
Oh, I gotta rewind it. Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
That's unreal. I can't believe they did that.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, Trixie, if you look at the wheels, you can see it's obviously, it's all
AI.
Obviously AI.
No, but I'll tell you one thing. When I was in Daytona, right, bike week, the guy's on his bike, and his girlfriend's in the back on another bike. And as he stops, the trunk opens up, and the TV comes out, and the show comes up, so she can watch it. An actual screen comes out of the back of the bike.
All right.
That's awesome.
It comes right out of the back, like slides right up. Like
you better not give Trixie any ideas. This could cost a lot of money. A lot of money.
It's unbelievable. So we got what time is? Oh, it's 1:56. Almost over.
Yeah, it's 10:56. I know that. See, 2 hours goes by really fast.
Yeah, 2 hours go by. Especially you do all the talking. That's what the problem is.
I didn't do all the talking today.
Bullshit.
I did bullshit.
Well, it's going to be even better on Friday because we are going to have the ever moderate Sean Lucas back.
Yep.
I think he's kind of a moderating influence here. He's he always kind of brings us back.
You don't know Sean outside of the show.
Yeah.
I do know
calms
Sean
it down on here.
No, I know. Yeah. I do know Sean outside the show, but on the show he is kind of
the funny thing is you got
guy.
The funny thing is we were at we're gonna put it on Monday. There's a message from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
from somebody.
Yeah, from somebody.
Stay tuned Monday if you want to find out who it's from.
Somebody, if you want to hear the message.
George is giving you the teaser.
Good teaser.
Yeah,
good message.
Well, who's that? Oh, Red says we did an amazing job this week. Yes, I thought we did. I thought we held it together pretty good.
Yeah, again,
I think you can do it.
I'm going to pat myself on the back. See?
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I got the.
It is always Trixie. It is always Trixie.
We always laugh so much. That's why I like this show so much. You got to have fun, even though we always cover, serious stuff. You got to have fun. But so George, my feelings are hurt.
His feelings are hurt again.
So stay tuned Monday. We're going to be on at 8:30. We're going to run 8:30 to 10 Monday through Friday. Because we had a good time doing this, and because George's feelings are hurt, I'm going to play his. This is what he plays before he goes to sleep at night.
That's right.
You ready?
I practice.
Guess which one it is, George. What?
Burn this shit down.
Yeah. All right. See you guys on Monday. Have
Don't
a good
forget to hit
weekend.
the like button.
Yep.
Oh God, yeah. Don't. Thank you, Mark. I forgot about that.
Good job with Savannah, Mark. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mark.
It's going to get better.
Oh, look at he's giving himself fireworks.
I'm gonna have to put a paper up. It's always Mark. Wait, do I have one?
Yeah.
I got one for Mark. Hold on.
Well, we got to tell Red Ginger too. Thank you.
Here.
For
There we go.
Mark, not long.
Thank you, Red, for everything that you do.
Yes, Red. You're the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Red.
It was Red from Brooklyn.
No, Brad was from Queens, I think.
No,
Am I right, Red Queens. I think that's what she tells me. Okay. Anyway, see you guys Monday. They're raiding, so we're gonna go.
Yeah, that's right.
God bless you all. God bless the United
Hey,
States.
say hello
of
to
America.
Margie.
I will. Thank you.
Till the whole damn room learns what I said. Protect what's mine. That's a blood-borne vow. Say a word wrong, you'll find out now. I'll burn this bitch down. Don't test my flame. You play with hellfire. You say my name. You come for my people. I'll take your crown. I swear to God, I'll burn this bitch down. I'll burn this bitch down. Leave nothing behind. Push me too far, I'll lose my mind. You want that smoke, I'll bring that sound. One last chance before I burn this bitch down. I don't
everybody.
bluff,
Have a sweet
motherfucker.